Hi, I'm Malina. I'm alcoholic.
Hey, Malina.
I had done the step with the Big Book Step Study sponsor and higher power and practicing all the steps the best I can. And thank you, Tina, Jim, for asking me to speak. I'm nervous. My heart is pounding right now. When Tina asked me to speak 1 month ago, I was like, April is my busy month. I don't want to speak, but I know I have a spot on April 23rd open. And my fear is like, I don't want to speak. I don't want to share because I'm afraid to be up here. But I learned that when I finished the step, my sponsor asked me that, are you willing to take your experience to have other alcoholic? I say yes, and it's not good for me to say no when people ask me to speak. So I'm praying a lot, and last night I told my husband that I want to be over because I have to speak in front of 100 people, which is I lied to him. It's not true. But he feels proud of me. He said, look at Malina now. She's sober. She speaks in front of people. I have done the process of the Big Book Step Study, which is help my life, and my higher power saved my life to come into this program because I almost died from drinking 2 times. With the grace of God, saved my life, bring me into AA and practice the step, and got a sponsor and helped me to go through the step, and I'm survived today for 10 years. Thinking about the 10 years, I'm not saying to proud myself, I'm saying to remind myself that 10 years ago I could die already, and without this program I already gone and leaving my 3 kids and my husband. But I'm grateful that I'm here today. I'm alive, that I can bring my experience to share other people. When I start my step 4, my memory bring me back to when I'm 8 years old, and from 8 years old to 41 years old, I'm living in fear. And when I see the war in Ukraine, it's tricked my memory to go back when I'm 8 and 9 years old. Between 8 and 9 years old, my country happened the same thing what happened in Ukraine right now. So I'm thinking about that, and I'm having a resentment with my government, and I'm having a resentment with my father, that when I'm 8 years old, I'm separated from my mom. I'm leaving my country. I'm running around from my country and sleep on the ground, sleep on the forest, and try to escape from my country to United States. And I'm grateful to the president that is open to bring the refugee come to United States. And thanks him for that. From 8 years old, there's a lot of chaos life in my life, and my father and my mom, they separate from each other. I don't even know they get married, but all I know is they have me, and I never know that they are together, but I see my father twice between the age of 5 and 6. And I always thinking, as I grow up, I always thinking just because of him that make my life is miserable. And I don't even know what's going on between him and my mom. So when I'm 8 years old, my mom sent me to live with with her parent, and sometimes living with my father parents. So my life is bouncing around between the grandparents, both of them. So when I'm 8 years old, my mom bring me from my grandparents and living with her for about half years, and then the war started. And when I'm 9 years old, and we still living in a forest, and then she's sick very bad, and she died with pregnant 7 months, and the baby with her. So I resent my father more, just because of him that made my mom die. And in between that 1 year that living with my mom, and my mom have she's remarried, have one son. He's about 5 months old. I remember that day. And my brother woke up in the middle of the night and crying. My mom had to take care of him. And my stepfather taking advantage of me, and with 8 years old, and take me to sleep with him, and take my hand to hold his private stuff. So since that time, I'm afraid of people, and try to get away from people and stay in my little hole. And my fear is starting from that age. And so when I'm 9 years old, my mom passed away. My uncle, her brother, raised me until I'm 16 and a half. So between that, from 9 years old to 16 and a half, living with my uncle is a chaos. My aunt doesn't like me. She always try to find any mistake and tell my uncle. He would tell me to come down in front of him. He beat me, and he have the long stick, and then he beat me, and he he say, this one stick is to give you a discipline like this and like that. So that happened occasionally. And my cousin is also doing ugly thing to me too, and I'm afraid to speak. So between 9 years old to 16 years old, living in that house is full of abusing, sexual abuse, verbal abuse. And at the age of 16 and a half, I decided to get married with my husband. And for my people, they like to set up the kids to get married. You cannot have a boyfriend. You cannot have sex before getting married. So I'm afraid of that. So I hide that I get sexual abuse by my cousin. I never speak. I'm afraid that something wrong. So I keep to myself, and I get married with my husband. I just because I want to get out from that family, and I don't even love him. I just using him to do whatever I want. I thought I feel better, but it's not. When the age of I have kids right away. 17, I have my first kids, and then there go. I feel that it's a big responsibility for me. I have to take care of my family, my little family, my husband and my kids. So I put everything under my responsibility, because I believe that I'm the only one who keep my family safe. But the truth is, I have no love with that family, with that little family, just using them to make myself feel better. So nothing changed. When I'm sick, after I'm 17, is my life still the same? And 18, I found alcohol. When first time I have alcohol, it make me feel free. It's like make me feel relief from everything. Those fear that I have is going away just because the alcohol lift it. So I continue drinking occasionally, like in the weekend or when the party. The alcohol take my life very slow. Like in step 1 in the 12 and 12 is say alcohol wrap your life. That's how alcohol taking my life. It's very slow. So since the age of 18, I start drinking just for fun, and then that was 1988. I start drinking, and then the year 2007. I hit my first bottom. So in the year 2006, I start drinking every day. When that I start drinking every day, just because my body is feel very sick, and then I start shaking, and then every time I drink, I throw up, and then I don't want to eat. I just want alcohol. So I just eat very little, and then alcohol more, a lot of alcohol more. And I start drinking every day in 2006. And up to the morning that I cannot get up, I have to hide my booze under my bed, everywhere that I can hide, in order to get up and start my day. And start my days. I remember crawling to the bathroom looking for a nip under the sink so I can brush my teeth after I have that alcohol in my system. So in 2006 is 1 year that alcohol take my life down very quick. And that time I remember that I need to change the doctor. And before changing the doctor, I drink, and my doctor, the new doctor, draw blood from me, and then he say, "Are you drinking?" I say, "No, even my breath is smell." I said, "No," and then the doctor say, "I smell from you," and was like, "Okay." After I get out from the doctor, my husband, he have to babysit me 24 hours because the doctor explained to him that I have no more red blood cell in my system, and the white blood could kill me if I have a seizure or if I have a fever or something. So my husband know because the doctor told him. So he babysit me 24 hours, and then that day, all day, I don't have alcohol, I don't have food, and then I start to feel shaking and shiver, and then I was walking around, washing my knees, cooking, and then I dropped down on the floor with a lot of blood coming from my mouth and my nose. I end up in the hospital for 5 days, and all I remember when I'm in the hospital, I had tied up to the bed. When I woke up, both of my hands tied to the bed, and with IV on my hand, my arm, and I feel withdrawal. I walk around and open every cabinet, every corner, and looking for the drink. All I know, I'm looking for the drink. And then my husband asked me, I remember he asked me, "What are you looking for?" I say, "Oh, I'm cooking in the hospital." But I'm cooking. I know that when I was drinking, I'm cooking. I have my booze everywhere in the corner. I cook, I drink. One shot, one beer, I have my shot, and I have my beer chasing around. It's all a crazy thing when thinking about that. So the doctor told him that they withdraw the poison from me. So that's made me feel like that. So after I get out from the hospital, the doctor told me that don't drink anymore, don't touch any alcohol, because if I drink, I'm gonna be drink worse, and I could die quick. But he didn't tell me that I am an alcoholic. I don't know that I am an alcoholic. And so I get out from the hospital, I have medication treat for 3 months, and my body recover, and I don't drink. No program. No, I don't know that there is help. So I don't drink for 3 years, and then in 3 years, my life is chaos, sober, but miserable. So I went back to drink, I went back to drink, and then less than 6 months, I fall down again. I end up in the hospital 3 days, this time shorter. So it's 3 days in the hospital, and then from the hospital, I asked for help, because that time my daughter, she's only 14 years old, and then I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose her, because I heard if I'm not capable, and then the state will take my kids away. So that's one thing I'm afraid of, so I asked for help. And then from the hospital, they sent me to community health links for 4 days. So the doctor said, okay, I will send you to detox. I said, what detox? I said, oh, they're gonna help you to stop drinking. So, okay, but I'm not doing for myself, I'm doing for my kids. So I just go for 4 days, and from that place, I see the commitment go in to share the experience. That's when I realized that I know that there is help for me. And so they gave me a phone number, they gave me a pamphlet, a meeting pamphlet, and then when I get out, I stay home for 1 month, and then I see that list, meeting list, and then I try to go to a meeting. And from that time, I know that when I hit my second bottom already. That was in 2011. So I start my first meeting, and I like it because I feel comfortable. I just keep coming, and then I go to a different meeting because I got fired from work of drinking, so I have the whole time to stay home. I go to meeting 3 times a day, 2 times a day, and it just made me feel comfortable of staying home. That's when, so they're talking about the fellowship that helping. That's the fellowship is helping me to stay sober for 3 years, and I'm going to regular meeting for 3 years, and after that, and my sponsor tell me that, do you want to check it out, the Big Book Step Study? And then I come. So I come into the Big Book Step Study, and then I like it. I stick and stay, and then my sponsor helped me to start working the step. And so my life is getting better and better every step, from starting from the first step, and then I understand the step that my sponsor helped me with the step. Because those 3 years, I don't understand. I just go to the meeting, regular meeting, without practicing the step. But my higher power keep me sober. And so after I learned the step with my sponsor, and then my life is even more better because I know the step, and then I practice the step. So so today my life is very good. Nothing I can complain. A little new thing that come into my life, but it's not gonna make me die or my family die. As long as I keep coming and practice and working the step, my life is much better. So today we're talking about step 10. And it's enough for my life. So step 10 is helping me a lot to start my day. I like to do a spot check, and from the first paragraph it's talking about a lot about continue taking my inventory. So what is for me is learning how to grow and understand in the effectiveness is by practicing this step. So what I'm doing is making more action. First thing in the morning, my routine is pray. And then when I get to work, I set up my work, and then all my work is set up, and then I start go on Zoom for the meeting. Thank God for the Zoom too. I can go on anytime because we have a 24-hour Zoom meeting. So after my work set up, I start go on Zoom go on my meeting, and then that's hear from the meeting is just give me an inspiration to start my day and keep focus on myself, keep focus on the work and on myself instead of looking out to people and judge people all days and I'm gonna go my head go crazy all day. I'm got nothing done for the work and then but just angry with people around me. So today when practicing step 10 and taking inventory of myself, and it's helped my day is going okay for 8 hours. So, and then the second paragraph talking about we have ceased fighting anytime, anything or anymore, even alcohol. So my life today is better. I can enjoy myself every party place and with my family. That my family, they like to drink every weekend. They start every weekend. So I avoid my family for 2 years. For 2 years when I stopped drinking. But today I don't have to. I can enjoy, I can have fun with my family, but I always have my plan. If the alcohol start bother me, and then I say goodbye to my family. But most of the time I'm having fun, I'm enjoy, I'm sitting there, give them example, and I just say, well, if you guys need help, you know I'm here. I'm survived from drinking. So that's what I'm practicing every day too. And there's a promise on page 85. We feel as we had been placed in the position of neutrality, safe and protected. That's how I feel with alcohol right now. I can go any place, anywhere with alcohol, and it don't bother me. And the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be my niece's wedding. She's gonna get married 3 days, so I know these 3 days gonna be alcohol the full 3 days, and then I'm not gonna worry about it because I know I am a spiritual fit. As long as I have spiritual fit, I'm fine. So and I have my plan. I can call my sponsor. I can call my friend. I have a phone list, and it's not too far from my house. I just can take the car and driving back home if I feel uncomfortable. So and then the next paragraph on page 85, it says it is easy to let up in a spiritual program action and rest on our laurel. We are had for trouble of if we do. So I have to remember that I am an alcoholic and I am always an alcoholic. And sometimes I feel that, look at Malina, she's sober for 10 years. She can do it all. Sometimes I feel like that. And then my higher power remind me, is Malina, you only have a daily reprieve. So I have to remember that. And I must carry all this message every day. I must carry a vision of God with me every day. I have to remember that every day. So this step is remind me that I have to carry a vision of God to everywhere I go with me all the time. And then the last paragraph is talking about much has already been said about receiving strength and inspiration and direction from Him who has all knowledge and power. So as long as I follow direction and all this inspiration and strength and hope that I have received every day is make my life so very good. It's more than I can imagine right now. I get a better job, I get family, I get people around me who love me. So all these promises in the step is helping my life better as long as I don't drink as long as I practice the step every day the best I can. I know my life is safe. And thank you very much. That's about it that I have. So this step is helping my life. And if you want a better life, just don't drink. Come to the meeting, ask for help, start working the step, and it will help you to survive from alcohol, and it will help you to have a better life than we are drinking in the chaos time. So I am grateful to be here, and I'm looking forward to hear from you guys. Thank you.